with the ongoing Iran and Israel tension, if you're sitting at home and wondering how is this going to impact the stock markets going forward, how will this impact gold rates going forward, and how will this impact oil prices as well as oil supplies going forward? Well, to decode all this and more, we are joined by market veteran Ambareesh Baliga. Thank you so much for joining us and for sparing the time. So first, the impact on stock markets. We have, of course, seen global markets, including India's stock markets, trade under pressure.
Right. So typically, whenever there are geopolitical issues like this, there's a knee-jerk reaction in the market because we don't know as to what holds for us in future, in the sense whether the war escalates or whether it stops where it is, or we look at a new normal, like what happened as far as Russia-Ukraine is concerned. Typically, the first action is a knee-jerk reaction, which we already seen. Now, going ahead, I think one has to just wait and watch because as of now, whatever news is coming out, people are hopeful that it should not escalate. So let's just wait and watch.
Right. So that hope continues. But so far, what would your advice be to those investors saying, okay, what should we do as far as equities are concerned?
No, see, one thing is if you're fully invested, I think it's time to book out to a certain extent, get into cash. Because one, we have the geopolitical issues, which we don't know as to what would happen, like we discussed right now. Elections are starting. We'll be having some polls happening this week, and that will continue for the next month and a half. So elections being elections, you don't know as to what the final outcome would be, although the market has discounted a certain outcome to a very large extent. So in case that doesn't meet the market expectations, we could see a correction. The third and as important issue is monsoons. We have seen average to good monsoons in the last so many years. This year also, the expectation is that it would be normal. But then I think we'll have, absolute clarity, maybe more towards mid or end of May. So that will also have a bearing on the market. So when we've had a extremely good going in the last, especially the last 10 to 12 months, I think it is time to take some profits off the table. So if you're not, having much of cash in your portfolio, I think it's time to book out to a certain extent.
Right. So a lot of factors at play. Consult your in-house advisors and take that call for yourself. But going forward, the impact on oil rates. Many also saying that, look, oil supplies could be hit if this tension escalates. So your thoughts as far as oil prices are concerned?
See, whenever there's a geopolitical issue like this, you have disruptions and disruptions in the supply chain, which will also mean oil. It will also mean commodities. Basically, if you have the oil prices going up, which has already started to a certain extent, in case we have these issues escalating, you'll have the oil prices going up. And at the same time, you'll also see a lot of other commodities going up because the cost of transportation is going to shoot up. So, in case it escalates, overall it is negative, whether it's for the economy or whether it's for the corporates concerned.
Absolutely. And lastly, gold rates. Now, we have seen gold rates consistently hit record highs day after day. Do you think further geopolitical tensions will just add to that, the precious metal being looked at as a safe haven, as a safe investment bet, and therefore gold rates could spike further?
Yeah, whenever there's uncertainty, gold prices shoot up. But then we've already seen gold prices performing extremely well in the near past. Moving up from here, I think will completely depend on whether this issue escalates or not. But we've also seen historically that gold prices move up in a block. So we already completed that. Like in the last month and a half, the way the prices have gone up, I think the upside is done. The further upside can be more of a trading sort of an upside because people would be speculating whether this geopolitical issue will escalate or not. So based on that, you will have the speculation happening. But then overall, I think the up move is done to a very large extent. So in case someone wants to invest in gold, I would say this may not be the right time. Maybe wait for a while. But as a trader, one has to take a call.
All right. So, as a trader, you're saying the approach should be different. Of course, consult your advisors. And as far as long term investment is concerned, think it through as well. So, different really approaches towards short term and long term investments. But all of these factors going to be impacted by the Iran Israel tension. And thank you so much for decoding on what investors must do.